Hi friends, welcome to Dhiksoochi. Today we are going to know 4 W's and 1 H about investments. What is 4 W's and 1 H? Yes, funny we say that 4 W's, 4 wives and 1 H, 1 husband. Really it's funny but true. We are going to study 4 W's and 1 H. What are those 4 W's and 1 H? Those are what, why, where, when and how. So this is what we are going to know in this video. First, what? What is investment? So actually what is an investment? If you keep some amount or if you keep some money somewhere, then you are expecting some return on it. So you keeping that money for expectation of that return is called investment. So that's what the investment is, the act of allocating resources with the expectation of generating an income or profit. That is what the investment is. Okay, so this investment, it is not compulsion that only the employees can do it. Even a student also can do it, right? So how the student can do? Yes, students can do with their pocket money. If at all they want to utilize in a better way, they can go for an investment. Probably it may be funny investment, entertainment investment or anything. Let us see how these investments can be taken care. Right? So let us go to the next slide, that is why. Why to invest? Because every individual has their own objective of investment. Just now I told you a student also can invest on entertainment. Yes, on entertainment also sometimes they may get return. So that is why they are investing. That objective is different. Same way, the employee's objective of investment or the student objective of investment is differ from person to person. Let us see what are those objectives are. Let us see the first one, that is surplus income. Because an individual is having a surplus income, they want to use in a better way. They want to utilize it in a better way, then they go for the investment. Because they have an additional amount. See, if you keep that money with you, it will not give you X, right? So somewhere it has to be put. So that kind of investment is done because of the surplus income, right? And the second point, the objective, maybe after retirement expenses. We know that we have a certain age as a retirement, that is 60, maybe 62 or 58, right? After that, how do you manage your expenses? So to manage those expenses, you need to invest while you are earning. So that is a other objective. It may be the most of the employees' objective can be, right? Yes. Let us see the other objective. That is maybe children's education, because children are growing up and their tuition fee or exam fee or school fee are increasing, and their transportation fee also increasing. Their accommodation, if at all they are flying away, then they have to stay somewhere else. So children's education, related to their education, we need to spend little more amount in future. Probably the same amount you are not going to invest when they grow up and when they go to graduation or post graduation courses, right? So that may be the other objective of your investment. Then even their marriage, yes, in future, it's not that only girl child has to have money. No, even groom also have to have money with them to celebrate the occasion, right? Even the children's marriage, whatever it is, the children's marriage. And the last objective is maybe put together, all four put together, or maybe any other objective which is not mentioned over here. So these many reasons are there for you to invest, right? All this investment is for future purpose, right? So let us see further W's. Now where to invest? These are the general available investment opportunities. What are those? Bank and post office, where you have a little fund required where you to open the account in these two, and your return also almost the same. That is a little return you can expect on your bank and post office investments. Then insurance, yes, this is the first investment what an individual has to do. Because see, if you buy a new vehicle, when you are taking insurance, then if you means you are taking insurance on that vehicle means the vehicle is worth for you. The vehicle is very important for you. If at all something happens to that vehicle, you are going to get money from the insurance companies so that you can make it repair or whatever you want to do with the vehicle, you can do it. But if you know worth your vehicle, then what is the worth of an human, right? This is very very important. I suggest each and every individual first start your investment with the insurance even before bank and post office investments. Of course, maybe a small policy, small life insurance policy, or small whole life policy, or small term insurance policy, anything. So related insurance, you can meet your insurance agent, so they'll suggest you the better policy for you, and you also can go through those documents, go through those insurance policies available, and you can choose one among them. So what I suggest is best you first start your investment with insurance, taking an insurance policy for your own, if possible, your dependents, maybe parents, maybe a spouse, or maybe the children. But start buying an insurance on your name first, right? Then mutual funds. Yes, mutual funds, even you can start with 500 rupees. You can invest even for 1 week, right? So these we are hearing in the TV channels when they are playing in ads, right? Most of us switch on the channels while the no ads are playing on the specific channel, right? So don't do that. Try to attend that video. Try to see that videos, right? So try to see that ads. Sorry. See that ad so that you'll have an idea what kind of investments are available in mutual funds, right? Then the next one is stock market. High risky, high returned, right? You can expect high risk and high return on that particular investment. So little more amount you require, minimum 5,000 or 10,000, See, this stock market also, there are so many brokerages. So with the help of brokerage only we can do it. There are different types of trading in the stock market that will be discussed in a exclusive video in future period of time, right? Okay, then metals. What are the metals? Little more you need additional money, like or maybe gold, maybe silver. So such kind of metals you can spend on. Then the real estate. Yes, everybody wish to buy a new house. Everybody wants to have a plot along with their flat, right? So real estate. Even most of the people nowadays are investing in real estate just to get capital gain. So you know what is capital gain. If not, in future we release one more video on that, then we can have what exactly the capital gain is. Or else during the stock market videos you can know about what is capital gain is, right? Anyway, the real estate means capital gain. So I'll just brief you. What is a capital gain? For example, if you are investing today 1 lakh, so the same worth of land is going to increase to another 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs. So the land value you are going to see increase in that, but not in the return, right? So that is that is called capital gain. Okay, these are the general investments. Now let us see where and how to invest and how much, how we can do these investment opportunities, how we can utilize these opportunities better. Then if you want to invest, see, I have given in 2 columns. One is left side, we have expected return in percentages, and the investment options where you can choose to get such kind of a return. Of course, every investment has its own risk associated with it. Okay, so before investing, you please try to understand the risk and return involved or associated with that particular investment option, then you can take a decision. So if you want 30% or more, even a single day or even a 1 month or even in 1 year, so equity, real estate and gold are the better opportunities, better options for your investment. Of course, risk is associated with it. If you need 15 to 30%, again equity you can use, real estate you can use. Along with that, you can use mutual funds mid cap. So of course their exclusive video is going to be designed on mutual funds. So we'll hear about these in future for better understanding. Now, if you want only 13% to 15% of return, probably it may be 1 month, within a week also sometimes happen. So again, all kinds of mutual fund. So mutual funds in equity mutual funds or large cap mutual funds or hybrid mutual funds. Then 10 to 13%. See, this percentages are given based on my own analysis. I have not taken from anybody, and no authorized organization might have disclosed this, but it's purely depending on my analysis. Okay, so now let us continue with this. 10 to 13% if you want. Then debt mutual funds and fixed deposits with your banks, and bonds also can be invested to, I mean, in case if you are expecting little less risk, that is 10 to 13%. Now the 8 to 10% is enough for you. Then again FD, then RD, recurring deposit, every month installment, every month investment with your bank account. So after 1 year or 2 year or 3 year, you get an eligibility to withdraw certain fund. That is what the recurring deposit is. Then insurance. Of course, insurance is not actually the investment investment option, but insurance sometimes we can consider as an investment option. Because even on insurance also we are going to design a exclusive video on it, but I just want to give one or two points on this insurance. Insurance is actually for hedging the risk. Of course, every time we don't expect the negative, right? So sometimes we expect that we'll be alive healthy for a longer period. So once the maturity happens, then that can be considered as a return, isn't? So that's what. And less than 8%, yes, you can go for savings deposits or post office monthly income savings, and even you can choose a small policies which are there in the insurance. So these are the investment of alternatives and options where you can invest. Are you clear? Yes. Let us see then how much you have to invest. I just wanted to show a small example, right? So for example, this is your income per annum per year. Okay. So in the year 2020, your salary was 20,000. By 2025, you are expecting 5%. Let us assume it's a 5%. Okay. So out of odds and everything, let us assume it's a 5% of return expected every year. So almost your earnings will be in 2025, 25,526. Even in 2030, 32,577.9. So something, it's like that. Why I have not mentioned into 2035 and 2040? Let us assume by the time you are going to retire. So till 2030 you are working for. Example, I am just quoting in an example. It is not specified with any particular individual. And not to blame anybody, not to degrade anybody. It's a simple example how you can understand the investment can help you in future, right? So now let us go to the other point on income for income. For example, you are given your flat rent to somebody else. You are living in your own house, you have an additional flat where you have rented to somebody, flat or house or anything. So some real estate, right? So from that 2020 you are receiving the 5,000 as you are earning, and 2025 55 120 rupees, like that every year you add up another 5%, right? So that is what your return. But salary may be stopped by 2030, but your return is going to be continued, right, till 2040. Right, because by the time it may be 30 years old or 40 years old, then definitely the value of it may come down, or you have to collapse the house and you have to go for new construction or something else, right? So we can't expect return on such kind of rented return on such kind of an assets after a certain period of time. Now let us assume you have some ancestors property. From that also you are getting some other additional income of 10,000. Again, this also, if not 10%, you 5%, you add at least 2% expectation every year. So likewise, the investments have the return on ancestors property, the income on ancestors property as mentioned in the third. Next is interest received For example, you have already had a full fledged investment options with like FDs or something like that. So, or you have lent to somebody else the money, then the interest received in the first year is 20,000. After 5 years, let us assume it is increased to another 1%, so 2,102. Likewise, you are also adding that particular income. And let us assume you also have a loan or any other return, something like that, you are having certain amount, right? Finally, the annual income for an individual is 87,000 in the year 2020. Right? In 2025, it is 45,911 because in the 2020 you have raised a loan worth rupees of 50,000 to construct your house, right? But this year you don't have, 2025 onwards you don't have such kind of a loan, or else you are not eligible to raise the loan that much, or you may not interested to raise certain loan. So what is your income for the day? Of course, the loan is considered as a income for that particular period of time. Anyway, you have to pay back along with some kind of a return interest. But still, at that particular point of time, it is an income for you as an individual. If you want to consider, there is an income for you. In 2025, it is 45,911 because there is no other, right? In 2030, you are having other return, other income as 10,000. Why I have mentioned it? Already you have started investment in the year 2020. So even till 2030 you continued that. Those have got matured and you have got return on that. Maybe insurance policy, maybe pension policy, or maybe some kind of mutual fund or something like that, right? So finally in 2030 we are expecting that some additional 10,000 is added every year, every 5 years. Right? So totally what is your annual income by the end of 2040? It is 43,962.71. It's only simple example. Now let us see the other part, the expenses, because these are income, no? Everything you cannot save it, right? So let us see the expenses. We have to pay rent if at all you are living in a house of somebody's, so you have to pay rent. So if you are paying the rent, of course there may not be other rent in the income, right? That has to be deducted. Then you need to pay electricity bill, you need to pay gas amount bill and mobile phone, groceries, some insurance policy you have taken for that. You have to spend on transportation expenses, and you have a monthly income scheme, so where you need to pay equally monthly installments, EMIs for insurance, for mutual funds, for anything it can be. And you may be holding credit cards, so for that you need to pay. And there are some certain medical expenses if at all you have any no dependent elder people, not only elder. See, if you take example as a corona, definitely everybody has to go for vaccinated, no? So that is also medical expense. Even though we are healthy, we have to spend little amount on that one, right? Even our health checkup or something like that, you are spending some 500. For entertainment, yes, everybody needs entertainment, right? There, let us assume you are spending 200. Any other, like gifting to somebody, or buying some new thing for your house, something like that, you spend 200. So same expenses, all expenses put together, it is 59,800. So next year, by the every year, let us assume it is increasing by 1% or 2% like that. Then if you see the annual expenses down where I have mentioned here. So first year it is 59,800, it is increased to 76, increased to 97, then 1 lakh, then 1 lakh 1,170. See, this is income and these are the expenses. Of course, there may be some more major changes in your, but this is what general plan of every individual. Let us see both put together what is happening. So where we get the surplus income? You have income minus expenses. Surplus is what? Additional amount. Out of your income, you are spending little amount. So let us see. First year 80,500. Yes. Your expenses also 59,800. Very good. You are having little surplus income. Right. In 2025, see this. Your income is 45,900, but your expenses are more, almost double. Even 2030, see, every time the amount is double. Right. Let us see the same thing in the graphical part. This is what, how much you have to invest now. Now you have to plan. In 2020, this is what the annual income, and dark blue is annual expenses. Right. So So these are the annual expenses. This is what the additional amount you have in the year 2020, 2025 and 2023 are good. Yes, you have little amount saved for yourself. The boxes mentioned in the brown color are the investment. That's a surplus amount which is left over out of your expenses, right? After your expenses. Now, see this? Really surprising, no? From 2035 onwards, means after 15 years, your income is very less than your expenses. So if you save these, if you invest in a better options, better alternatives, then these have to compensate the expenses required during this period, that is 35 and 40. As the age is growing, our expenses also will increase, but income will come down, isn't it? So you need to manage how to cover these yellow bars with orange bars. That is what challenging for everybody. As I told you in the previous slide, you can choose any option where to invest depending on your risk appetite. Okay, so let us see the next one, when to invest. So better as early as possible you can invest so that your surplus amount can compensate your expenses in 2035 and 45, right? And second thing is, whenever you get an additional amount in the sense, maybe you get a bonus or you may be given some hikes. Of course, hikes may be equal to your expenses, maybe expenses amount, but still you try to take out some percentage of your hikes, or somebody has given you the gift in terms of money, that also can be invested, right? So immediately you can take a decision depending on the amount which you are holding in your hands. Next one is, this is very interesting and this is very important. Most of the advisors may not be suggesting you, but if you little think about it, then definitely our future life will be bright like anything. That is, whenever you spend on luxury goods or big entertainment, luxury goods in the sense you are buying a big car, big house, also you want to fly somewhere for a summer vacation or some other vacation, like any foreign country or something like that, or if you want to give a big bash to your friends and everything by giving a kitty party or some other entertainment activity. So for example, if you are spending 1 lakh on that, so think that at least 10% on 1 lakh, that is 10,000, you try to keep as that investment. Of course, that may going to give you a good return in future, surprisingly. Yes, you try to understand after going through your detailed study, and after your analysis, you can definitely get surprised how much return it is going to give you in future, right? And what are the requirements? Before I go for how, let me complete the requirements. Before investing, you must see what you must analyze. First, self-investment analysis. Analyze your available alternative investments. Where to invest, why to invest, how to invest, how much to invest, what is the risk in it, and what is the return in it. Then, once you made the investment, go for periodical reviews. Try to understand whether your investment is giving the returns as you expected or not. If not, then you have to withdraw and choose the better alternative for it. You have to diversify your investments. Next, the very important point is, you need experts opinion, you need experts help on that. So this is what the main requirements before starting your investment, right? So this is what actually the investments, friends. So if you have any questions, please keep it in the comment box so that I may go through it, and if required I may design a specific video on that, and you can go through them. Okay, yeah, that's what. Thank you all. Thank you. This is what for the day. I hope tomorrow onwards you are going to think on it and you are going to start even with a small amount as your investment, then we'll see in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.
Two things. Dustbin ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಇಂದ ಮಾಡು.